Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I'm going to make a video on how to solve this problem. So this is one of the problems that I shared with the students during class chemical process safety today. So for these questions, the students are required to calculate the OSHA incident rate for all recorded incidents. And second, the students are also required to calculate the OSHA incident rate specific to lost workday cases. And the third one, they also need to calculate the fatal accident rate, FAR. So let me read the questions for you. So a specialty chemical plant employs 45 full-time workers. In a year, each worker works 2,000 hours. During this year, the plant experienced the following. First, 1 fatality due to a reactor explosion. Second, 3 lost workday cases, for example, chemical burns, falls, with a total number of 45 days away from work. So, there are two information here. Which the first one, 3 lost workday cases, and another one, these 3 cases lead to 45 days away from work. And the third one, there are 5 other recordable cases. Example, minor lacerations, needle stick, that did not result in lost work days and also deaths. So let us extract, okay, the information. First one, number of workers. Okay, this one, the number of workers is 45. Second one, number of hours per worker per year. This one is 2,000. Okay, the third one, what else? Okay, number of accident. Usually, when the case lead to death or any fatality, we call it as accident. So this one lead to death or fatality. So the number of cases is 1 case. Okay, number 4, number of incident. Okay, when the cases do not lead to any deaths or fatality, usually we call it as incidents. So number of incident that cause lost work days, we have 3 cases. So for this case, we just take number of cases and not the total number of the lost work days. Okay, this is the most important thing. We have to take number of cases. And then number 5, number of other accidents, okay, which does not cause any deaths and does not cause any lost work days. Okay, this one we have 5 cases. Okay, now let us compute how to calculate the OSHA incident rate and OSHA incident rate specific to lost work day cases and also the fatal accident rate. So first thing, we need to understand how to obtain this value, number of hours per worker per year. So you have to understand that in a year, each worker need to work for 50 weeks, okay, per year. And for each week, they have to work for about 40 hours per week. Okay, therefore Okay, therefore, okay, you will get this value 50 times 40. Alright, for OSHA incident rate, okay, and also OSHA, similar lah, OSHA incident rate and OSHA incident rate for cases that lead to lost work days, the equation is quite similar. Okay, this is number of cases times, okay, here this is the most important thing, you need to times this number of hours, okay, number of hours per worker per year, but to standardize the calculation, because different company will have different number of workers, so for you to compare the safety metrics of different company, you need to normalize, okay, based on the standard number of workers in a company, okay, or number of workers in a standard company, which is 100 workers. Therefore, here the value now will be 2000 times 100. Okay, so here it will be 200,000 hours, okay, per year. Okay, this thing you need to divide by total number of worker based on the company that you are calculating, total number of worker times the number of hours per worker per year. So here you have 45 times 2000. Alright, so if we would like to calculate OSHA incident rate for that particular year, okay, so we are going to have the number of cases now. Okay, what is the number of cases? We have to consider all cases because this is OSHA incident rate. Okay, even though this is accident, but this accident usually is the term used when the incident lead to deaths and fatality, but this is also part of incident. So total cases here is 1 plus 3 plus 5, 9 cases. So OSHA incident rate now will be 9 times 200,000 hours here over this one 0, 0, 0, 45 times 2, here is 90 hours here. So this one I can, okay, just cancel out. Okay, so finally you cancel out this one, cancel out, cancel out, cancel out, cancel out this, cancel out this, you will get 20. So it is dimensionless number, okay, no unit. So OSHA incident rate equals to 20. So what will happen if we would like to find OSHA incident rate, but now OSHA incident rate based on lost work days. Okay, let me just go to this part. Okay lah, I cancel this one. So for OSHA incident rate for cases that lead, okay, to lost work days, okay, which one? This one. We have 3 cases. So 3, as I said, OSHA incident rate and OSHA incident rate specific to incident that cause lost work days. The formula for the calculation are just similar. So 3 times 200 hours year divide by 45 times 2000. So here finally you will get about 6.67. Okay. So now let us calculate the FAR. This is another very important thing, and I hope you can, I would like to use different color, okay, for the marker. So for the FAR, fatal accident rate, okay, the standard number of workers and also number of hours will be a bit different. Okay, so for fatal accident rate, okay, the formula number of cases times this one we got as standard hours. Later I show you how to calculate this standard hours, divide by, okay, number of workers. Okay, the denominator will be similar to the calculation that we use to calculate the OSHA IR just now. Number of workers times number of hours per workers per year. Okay, I have an issue here, but you have to look here carefully. Yeah, you might not get this one should be similar with OSHA IR, which the value should be dimensionless. Okay, so number of cases, okay, for FAR we have only one, so one case. Standard hours here, this one which is very important. Okay, standard hours here, let me show here. We have 2000 hours per worker per year. So basically, based on standard, in order to calculate FAR, we will assume the durations of lifetime. So basically it is about 50 years. Okay, 50 years. Okay, so like one worker in a standard company, they will work, if it is for lifetime, it is about 50 years. So years here you will get 0, 0, 0. This is 0. Okay, 100,000 hours per worker. Okay, now another thing that is very important, in order to calculate FAR, you also need to look at the standard number of workers, for a standard company for FAR. And here we use, okay, this one, let me 6.67. Okay, for this one, the number of workers is actually 1000 workers. Okay, so you will have finally here 100 million hours. Okay, this one usually we make it as 10 power of 8 hours. That is the standard hours, 10 power of 8 hours. And then at the bottom, number of workers still the same, 45, and the number of hours worker per year is 2000. And finally you will get 1,111.1 as your answer for fatal accident rate. Okay, now what does it mean, okay, by 111.1? 1111.1, okay, 1111.1. If you check carefully for the calculation, the standard hours we consider for a durations of 50 years, and we consider for a standard company the total number of worker is 1000. Okay, but here at the denominator, you just focus on the number of workers and number of hours per worker per year. So what does it mean? It means that, okay, if you are going, okay, this is the understanding of the for value. It is like if your plant, okay, with this FAR continued for 100 million hours, okay, continued up to this 10 power of 8 hours, okay, how many fatalities that can happen? Okay, so you can get this number of fatalities. Alright, that is the meaning of FAR. It is not like when you have 1111.1 FAR, this number of incident happen in a year. No. It means that if you are going to prolong, okay, your operation for 10 power of time or 100 million hours, so it is expected that you are going to have about 1111 accident happen, okay, or fatality case, okay, in your company. So that is the meaning of the value obtained from the FAR, fatal accident rate calculation. So I hope now it is clear. Alright, I'm going to share more examples after this, okay, related to how can we calculate safety metrics. And this is very important if we are going to compare the safety between 2 or 3 companies. I think that's all. Oh, before that, I hope you can understand why we use standard hours for the FAR, fatal accident rate calculation, and also for the OSHA IR calculation, because we have to standardize and normalize, okay, between different companies. Alright, I think that's all from me, and see you again in the next video.